Hi, it's Paul Oakenfold here, and I composed the score to a movie called Nobel, Son.
What kind of father treats his own flesh and blood like that?
Have a mountain of anger.
Taking his Nobel Prize money? I want to work with you on this.
Sir, you're gonna want to see this. Send my parents a thumb.
Did you really think we'd get their attention with just a picture of you holding a newspaper?
With Nobel's son, Randy Miller came to me, the director. He was looking for an electronic score, but with splashes of orchestral sounds. And Mark Adler, who worked with Randy previously, was a really good guy in his own right, was someone that we brought to the table to give us the top lines in terms of strings, which Randy wanted, and it worked really well. I went away and wrote an original song called Nobel, Son, with a bunch of various different musicians that I tend to collaborate with, and it worked out really well. We then also went to a few friends in terms of Groove Armada, Chemical Brothers, and was like, look, there's certain cues here that I think would suit you guys, because we were looking for the definitive soundtrack. First film that I worked on in terms of a composer was a film called Sawfish with Christopher Young. It starred Halle Berry, John Travolta. It was a Joel Silver film, actually. It was a pretty big deal for one of the first films that I was involved with in terms of scoring. From there, I think a lot of things in terms of sound snowballed. I went on to work with Danny Elfman on doing the end sequence for Planet of the Apes, where we took what Danny done and reworked it in terms of a mix and got MTV involved. And from then onwards, I've done a bunch of cues for Collateral that I worked with Michael Mann. Harry Grenfell-Williams, I worked with him on Shrek 2. I did a bunch of different cues for the remake of the Pink Panther with Steve Martin. And it kind of went from there, really. I've had my music used in a bunch of different films. Well, one of the things that I really love to do and really is an important part of my makeup as a composer is finding and researching new sounds. And that comes from literally my travels as a DJ, from going to the likes of Vietnam or to Israel or down to Santiago in Chile. You'll come across these different instruments, we'll come across an idea of miking someone up and getting them to do whatever they do in terms of finding and being in the moment and finding these new sounds. Don't go to libraries. I'm not about sourcing traditional sounds. I'm about banging things and literally moving in sounds and instruments and reworking them to find the new sound. To come up with those sounds that are so original, that are so unique, that you can then make melodies from, are very, very important for me. And I think that's, for me, is the future. I want to push the envelope. I want to bring something new to the table. I want to be able to record with an orchestra, but then take that in terms of the sound and rework it and see what we come up with and find something new that's cutting edge and different. And also, because we have all these different avenues that I work in, I have these means to do it.